All right, well, welcome back. Here we are, we're trying to get this thing finished up today. We already got the ammeter installed in the tractor. We're gonna go right down the list, well, the sheet, and hook everything up. Okay. We're going to do the power first, and then we're going to come back and do the lights. Okay. Number 10 wire says goes to the positive side of the ammeter. Let's get this down so I can keep getting back up. All right, so number 10, and like I said, I should always leave the numbers on there. All right, number 10 goes to the positive side of the ammeter. All right, number 11 goes to the ignition switch. So let me put this on. So we'll come back in here, find number 11, which is right here, and this goes to the ignition switch. All right, find the screws and stuff to put this in. There we go. Drop the washer. All right, so pick up my instructions again. All right, so number 10, we got that on the ammeter. Number 11 is going to go to our start switch, which is right here. Okay. The somewhat muted noise you hear in the background will be my neighbor playing his radio. All right, so number 10 to the switch. And 17 and 17F go to the fuse holder. And you use those if the light switch does not have a fuse on it. And our light switch does have a fuse on it, so we can skip that one. All right, so, and let's see, where am I at? Goes to the starter switch. Okay, now we're going to have to go from the negative side of the, negative side of the ammeter with wire 19 and go to the ignition switch, which is right here. So they didn't give me a wire number 19, so we're gonna make this work. We're gonna use one of the wires that we don't need for the, for the fuse holder. There we go. So let's go ahead and put this in. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put the ignition switch in. Okay, and I'll tighten that up in just a minute. All right, let's go ahead and finish up the wiring in here. All right. Okay, so like I said, number 10. Number 10 goes to the positive side of the ammeter. Okay, so we'll go ahead and tighten this up. All right. And we've got to have power to the switch. So, and here in the instructions it says come off the negative side of the ammeter. Now on the negative side of the ammeter, we're going to have the alternator wire that goes on. Then we're also going to have, that's for the rear lamp. Let's see, positive side is 10, ignition switch, the coil is 11, which we've already got that hooked up. That's the wire for that, okay. 11 is hooked up. So now we've got to put on the negative side, power to the ignition switch and the wire coming off of the alternator. And then we're going to put a lock washer and that on there. Okay, now I think that's pretty much, let's see, number 21 alternator wire, battery wire to the negative side of the ammeter, so we're good there. That power there, so it looks like the only thing we have left is just the wires for the lights. So 33 is going to be that. We also need to pick up power for, I had to pick up power for, what you call it, for the lights. So we might end up having to make one wire. I can't find it underneath all my mess. Okay, but anyway, we'll get back to that in a minute. All right, so here's our light switch with the fuse, and our power is going to come in on this lug right here. So we'll get this installed and then we'll get the power going to that. So number 33, which is our rear light, that's going to go to terminal 2, which is, they're numbered right here. Then number 3 is actually going to go to the number 3 terminal, which is right here. Now that is all of our lights. Then we just have to get power to it and we should be okay. Find what I'm looking for. Well, it's almost another year gone. All right, so number 33 goes to terminal 2. All right, I'm gonna leave this loose until I get it in there and get the switch tightened down so I'm not touching other contacts and stuff. All right, and number 3. I'm gonna go right here. And we'll leave that loose as well, so that we can get everything looking nice and neat. Well, let me do it this way, because my wires won't be neat in there, so run this one right quick. All right, I like that better. Now, if we didn't have the fuse here and we had to use the fuse in the dash, then that wire would have connected from the fuse to here. But seeing as how we have this right here, we're okay. Yep, I'm not touching anything. Everything looks good right there. All right, so let's go ahead and put okay. All right, now let me tighten these up. Okay, now everything is in here. I just need to get power from the switch from here over to there. What I might do is put it on the positive side of the ammeter. So that being said, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna cut this end off and put a terminal on there. So I'm gonna pause right here while I get this done, and then I'll come back and I'll try and get the camera in here as best as possible and let you see everything that's done. I've already got the battery wires hooked up. Couldn't find one without a fusible link, so, but I'll just take and shrink wrap this, or heat shrink this up so it won't get any moisture in there. And that should be about it. All right, so let me pause, get this thing fixed, and we'll go from there. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, we'll be right back. Good afternoon. Here we are once again, and now it's the moment of truth. But before we try it out, we'll walk around and look, make sure everything is right. I got everything tie wrapped off. Everything's good there. Everything is nice and neat. Looks like it's supposed to be. I got the plastic loom over the battery cable because this is the only way I could route it. And I like to have routed it through here, but the arm here is in the way, and then all of this as well. So that'll take care of that from rubbing against anything. And this one was, his original one was broken, and I had this in the container as well, so I put that on there for him. And the fuel bowl, I went to fill it up with gas, and guess what? It started leaking. I had that one in the container too. I never throw anything away. So it's tie wrapped here. It looks nice and neat. Everything here is tight. Lights once again. All right, lights are working. Walk around here to the back. Yep. There we go. Okay, now moment of truth. Turn the lights off. Turn switch on, and we are in neutral. Let's see what happens. Fuel is on, and look at that. I'll let it run, make sure there's no fuel leak, there's no problem. I got to come back and put the bolts here to hold that down. So okay, it must be starving for fuel, so we're going to check this out and then we'll go from there. So stay tuned and we'll be back. All right, it's alive. The filter in the fuel line going through the carburetor is full of dirt where it's been sitting for 6 months. Filter right inside here. Clean that out, and running pretty good. I got no leaks, the lights work, and we're charging, so we're good there. So the last thing to do is to plate the lid back here. I'll show you that. I need to put a couple of plates in here and weld it to it to keep this from moving. As you can see right there, when it goes to pick up an implement or uses the cylinder, it moves. So we're going to take care of that for them as well. Well, that's pretty much it on the wiring harness install. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you are also new and haven't subscribed yet, please hit that little button in the corner. I'd greatly appreciate it. So we are going to write this one off as being done. We'll clean up all my tools, problems, runs, make sure everything's okay with it. We'll get that squared away, and we're done. So thanks again, and have a wonderful afternoon. We'll see you in the next video of Old Red Tractor.